Good afternoon or evening. I thought I would jump on real quick, headed home, and something just kind of came to my head, and I kind of want to share with you. In the book of Genesis, when Joseph was in Potiphar's house, and he was Potiphar's basically commander-in-chief, and Potiphar's wife kept trying to just basically, I don't want to say rape, but basically get her groove on with Joseph. And Joseph kept, resisting her and pulling away from her. And one point, she pulls his garment, and he says, I can't do this. Can't commit this great sin against my God. I love that verse because he didn't say, I can't commit this great sin against my master who which was Potiphar, who gave me this position of being commander-in-chief. I can't sin against him. But what he saw was that if he entered into relations with this woman, that it would be a great sin against his God, against God Jehovah, against the God of Israel, against the God of his fathers. So it just got me to thinking that, man, like how if we could see sin that way, that I can't do this great sin against my God. I can't lie to people. I can't cheat. I can't, disrespect people. I cannot not walk in love, because if I could see people as it's not against you, it's not against that person, but it is against my God. The Lord said in the verse, when he was talking to the disciples, he said, when I didn't have food, you didn't feed me. You didn't feed me. When I, was hungry, you didn't feed me. When I was naked, you didn't clothe me. When I was in prison, you didn't visit. And, when I was homeless, you didn't give me shelter. And they said, Lord, when were you ever in any of these situations and we weren't there for you? He said, listen, if you've done it to the least of them, you've done it to me. So I love to tie those two together, how Joseph saw that if I did this to my master, I've done it unto God. So I just wanted to jump on and just share that with you. Like, I'm understanding, and walking and having a relationship with God, I'm able to see that, man, certain things that I used to do, like lying, fornicating, just being disobedient to what God has spoken and what he said, I feel as though I can't do it because, man, I can't let my God down. I can't mess up. I can't mess up what we got. What we have is too good for me to mess up on. Have you guys ever been in a relationship where you're so outrageously in love with someone that, man, when you hurt them or when they hurt, you don't want to hurt them because, man, you just don't want to see the tears in their eyes. You don't want to see them disappointed. The same way that we are with people is the way we should be with God, but far greater, because he created us. He sustains us. He gives us life. He gives us health and strength. He is our provider, our lawyer, our doctor. Everything that we need, he is. So if we can see that sin against people or sin against whatever he told us not to do, that if we can see it as it's against him, then maybe we'll be a little more cautious with the things we do. Now, keep in mind, we're not perfect. We're imperfect human beings. So God has mercy upon us. But in your imperfectness or in your inability, God has an ability to get you through it. So if you can go to him when you're having tough times, when I have times where, I missed it, man, I told a little white lie. Regardless of how small I may think it is, it's something that has to be addressed because I lied. And God's word says, thou shalt not lie. So I have to go to him and lay it before him and go, you know what, God? Yeah, I lied about this. There is no excuse for me doing it, but I did it. And I just need your help to help me to get through this. And God will begin to counsel you on how to deal with it. And when you think to lie, he'll remind you, be honest there. Be truthful there. If it's fornication, God can help you to have self-control in that area. Remember, self-control is a fruit of the Spirit. And if we can have self-control in our mortal body, then God can work freely through us. Remember, fornication is not a sin against someone or something. It is a sin against your own body. You're causing issues with your own body. And remember, our body is the temple of the living God. He dwells and lives within us. And if he dwells and lives within us, we have to be cautious and protective of the things we do, of the things we say, of the places we go, the things we see, the things we hear, because God lives and dwells in us. So I just wanted to jump on. I had that thought about, Joseph and how he saw that sin as sinning against God. And I just feel, man, I just feel so consumed by his love that, I'm not perfect. I miss it. I miss it sometimes. And sometimes, some things are easier for me to overcome because it's not something I have that has a deep root of control over me. But some things are very hard that I always have to go to God and get his help, get his guidance, get his strength. In my inability, I have to ask him for his ability so that I can get through it. So I just, I want to challenge you, when you feel the need, or you feel like you're in a place of where sin is rising up in you, and it's pulling you, surrender unto him and allow his ability to take control in your inability. But you have to be willing to confess it and go to him. And I would challenge you to continue in his word, continue in prayer, that you may fall so in love with God, that you will know him like never before, that the things you once did are no longer bounding you, and you're free to live the God kind of life. And you're able to see that, man, that thing I would do, I don't do, because, man, I can't sin. I can't do that against my God. I just love him too much to ever do anything that will go against him and his word. So I hope you guys have a blessed day and a blessed evening. I love you. God bless you. Have a good night. Bye, guys.